everybody, and today I have for you the beauty scenario tag. And like a dork, I wrote every one of them out by hand, both the front and the back. So we're just going to jump straight on into it. Question 1. You have to get rid of all of your foundations and you can only keep one high-end and one drugstore. Which do you keep? Well, first off, I only have one high-end, and that is my MAC foundation. And right now, I'm not really loving it just because my coloring is a little off for it. So for that part of the question, I really don't think it's fair for me to answer until I've tried a few other high-ends. I know that's bad of me as a beauty blogger and a YouTube person to not have tried more of them, but I am working on that, I promise you. But as for the drugstore, as I have so many of these, it would for sure be the CoverGirl 3-in-1 foundation. As you can tell, I love this foundation. It is actually the most used of my foundations. Like, it is the furthest down in the bottle. The bottle is, you know, kind of really dirty because I use it so much, but it is because it is so great. Number 2, you go for an interview and the lady interviewing you has lipstick on her teeth. Do you approach the subject or ignore it completely? I would probably ignore it just because a lot of people are self-conscious about things like that, and if you tell them, they could hold that against you. Number 3, you're not feeling yourself and need a pick-me-up. Which lipstick do you put on to make yourself feel more beautiful? Well, I have actually a couple. I actually have 3. 2 of them I do not have in here with me right now, so I'm going to go with one of them. The other 2 are Sunny Soul from MAC and Candy Yum Yum from MAC. The third one is again a MAC one. Hang on, I gotta find some place to put my notebook. And it is the MAC Viva Glam Nikki Satin. It is the one that is a corally pink. I wore this all summer, last summer, in my videos. If you watched my channel back then, or if you go back and look, this was mentioned in favorites videos, and this was worn a lot. And I swatched a red lipstick on this hand earlier, so here's hoping that I can get a nice swatch of this. And that is what it looks like. It is just a gorgeous color on the lips, and it works really well for my skin tone. Number 4, you go back in time for a day to your teenage years. How would you do your hair and makeup differently? First off, I would wear makeup. I did not wear it that often when I was a teenager. I was the kind of, I wouldn't say dorky person, but I didn't wear it. I mean, I had really bad acne when I was a teenager, and anything set it off. French fries, putting makeup on my skin, even if I cleaned it off that night, it still would make me break out. So I usually stayed away from it. What I would do is I would go back and I would learn to conceal better. That way I would feel more comfortable wearing the makeup. As for my hair, I did back then what I do now a lot, which is wear it up in a ponytail constantly. For that, I would probably, and I also cut it short a lot, I'd probably let it grow out more often, and I'd also like braid it or let it just be hanging down more often. But I can't curl it or anything because my hair just does not hold a curl. Number 5, you ask your hairdresser for a shoulder length Pixie Lott haircut. I don't know what that is, but I'm assuming it's just a shoulder length haircut. But they hear wrong and give you a pixie cut. Do you A, smile, say thank you, leave, and call your mom hysterical? B, cry in the chair and things get awkward? Or C, complain to the manager and demand a refund? It would really depend on the situation. First off, I don't understand how they would make the mistake, because I always keep my eyes open and watch what they're doing, even with glasses on. And if they're coming up here for a shoulder length haircut, I would have said something. But let's say she wasn't paying attention, because that's what it would have to be. She would have had to have not been paying attention and went to cut up and was not listening when I told her to stop. So in that instance, I would immediately ask for a manager before she ever finished the haircut, because she was not paying attention to me, her client. I would request a refund. I would request somebody to fix my hair, and I would leave a complaint with the manager. I understand that things happen, but in that kind of situation, for it to go from here to a super short haircut, the person had to not been paying attention. Number 6, your friend surprises you with a 4-day city break and you have 1 hour to pack. which do-it-all palette do you pack in your makeup bag? And the one that I chose was the Naked by Urban Decay palette. And I chose this one for a couple of reasons. First off, it does have the mirror in there, which I like. Next, it does have a little brush in there that I could take with me, and as you can see, I have used it. I do kind of like the brush, but it has a lot of colors that can be used for a lot of different things. I mean, you have your highlight and what could be a brow color in Virgin. I personally use Buck in my eyebrows. I use Naked as a base color. Half Baked is good for my eye color because I have blue eyes, so Half Baked, that kind of coppery, goldish, orangish based color kind of makes my eyes pop. Toasted and Hustle are good if you're wanting more of a rosy color, like the Naked Palette 3 has. You know, those two are good for doing that with just this palette. And the Creep is the black one is a good to make a nice smoky eye out of any of these other colors. So this one is a nice all over the board palette. 7. Your house has been robbed. Don't worry, everyone is safe. But your beauty stash has been raided. What's the product you really hope is safe? First off, I want to know the burglar who robs my beauty stash, because they had to get into this room, which is separate from the bathroom and all the other rooms, and then they had to make their way over to that cabinet and go through that cabinet. But the thing that I would hope is safe is this bag here. And this bag here contains my MAC stuff. There are a few things that aren't in there. They're actually in my purse, so they wouldn't have been robbed anyway or burgled. But, I mean, I have, like, all my lipsticks. My MAC Red is in here. My Viva Glam Rihanna lip gloss is in here. My Heroin is in here. The lipstick. I have, you know, Cyber in here, Creme de Nude. Now, all my lipsticks are in here except for the Maleficent one that was in a haul video before. She has not made it in here yet because she hasn't been put on the blog yet. Well, neither have a lot of these. I need to get on that. But this bag here, I would hope would be safe, just because it would cost a lot of money to replace all the things that are in here. And I love them all so much. And some of them are limited editions. I mean, your friend borrows your makeup. This is number 8. This is the last one. Your friend borrows your makeup and returns it in awful condition. Do you A, just pretend you haven't noticed, B, ask them to repurchase it, or C, secretly do the same to something of theirs? Now, this would depend on a couple of things. First off, who the friend was. Secondly, how bad of condition was it in? And thirdly, what the product was. For example, you know, a product like this, which I don't usually let people borrow my lipsticks, but just using it as an example. This is Nude Delight, the Rimmel lipstick. It looks like this. Swatches out like that. If somebody gave this back and like half of it was missing, like their child ate it, if it was sanitized, I probably wouldn't do anything about it, just because this isn't a lipstick I wear that often. I don't even remember why I got it. It might have been for the Rimmel look that I did. I'll include a link to that below. Stepping up a little bit, you know, if, say, I let somebody, again, I do not let people borrow eye products, but say I let somebody borrow my Rimmel Scandal Eyes in Nude, probably won't be able, oh, I can swatch that out. Kind of looks just like concealer. I use it on my inner waterline. I would probably make them replace this one, even though it is just as cheap, if not cheaper, than the lipstick I showed you. Around here, this one is hard to find. I had to hunt to find this one. It's almost gone. And I got another one running around here somewhere, and the only reason I have it is because somebody sent it to me in a swap. And I would just make them find it. I don't want to have to go through the work of trying to find it again. So they should have to find it. Now, if it's an expensive thing, like my MAC stuff or anything like that, they would not be borrowing it again. They would be replacing it. I would not do anything to their stuff, but we would be having a discussion. And that's everything. If you like the tag videos, make sure to give them a thumbs up. Leave me a comment, anything you'd like to see. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. All the links are down below. And make sure to go over to the blog post and leave a comment over there as well. So until next time, bye.